Good morning, my friends. Welcome to our Saturday morning live broadcast. For all my friends that are watching this live on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on my YouTube channel, welcome. I'm going to share something with you today that I have just rediscovered, which is going to change the game for all of you. A few years ago, actually, I think it was 2.5 years ago, LinkedIn introduced a new feature that was incredible, unbelievable. And they tested it for 7 months. I wrote some strategies and some scripts for it because it enabled you to find the people that had just joined LinkedIn. The folks that were using this strategy were enrolling 2 to 3 times the numbers of people every week, every month that people that weren't using it were doing. And then they took it away. Well, 2 days ago, I was working with one of my new coaching students who, by mistake, instead of jumping into Sales Navigator, which is one of their paid versions, they jumped into their Recruiter version, which is a little bit more expensive. Keep in mind that they give you a 30-day free trial. So when I went in there and I poked around and I saw this feature was back, I went crazy. I've been playing with it for the last 48 hours and jumping into our next boot camp, I'm going to encourage everybody to sign up for that. So let me take a look first and see who's here. Okay, Debbie, we can take a look at those this morning. Catherine, you've got a conversation too. We can take a look at that. Okay. Now, motivating messages, when you post them, are an incredibly effective way to build rapport with your prospects without talking to them. And if you have a serious prospect, you want to be sharing motivating images at least once or twice a week. If they're a hot prospect, you want to send one of them every day. I just want to remind all of you that the past does not equal the future. Many of you will do more business in the next 2.5 months, October, November, December, than you've done all year. Your business does not slow down over the holidays unless you do. Now, all week I've been posting different versions of Bruce Lee's quote, "I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." My 4-step formula forms the single simple system that's your one kick step to mastering every social network. Create a page. For those of you that already have pages, you're already connected to people. Some of those people could very well be candidates for your business. Connect with new people. Connect with the people that you're already connected to. And what I mean by connecting is have a conversation and then close them. So simple that anybody can master this. Steve, 3 sales today. All directly traced to contacts he made using the techniques he's learned. Best of all, I'm just getting started. This could be a daily result. His online persona is the success doctor. Person I brought in has brought in 4 of her friends and 8 more to come in. What a ride. Now, last week, we've been talking about some of LinkedIn's recent changes. Some of them are good. A lot of them are bad. In fact, last week, pretty much talking about the bad ones more than the good ones. But now, we're going to talk about a feature that LinkedIn has called Recruiter. So I did a search this morning, and I wanted to see who has recently joined LinkedIn. So in the last 24 hours, 120,000 people created a LinkedIn profile. In the last week, 2.4 million. In the last 2 weeks, 24,000. In the last 7 days, 17,000. And in the last 3 months, 3.6 million. All right. We add it all up. So in the last 3 months, if we add all those numbers up, you got 6.1 million people that, according to this, has recently joined LinkedIn. So where do I come up with that number, 10 million? Joining and filling in profiles is part of the process. You get people that join, but they don't do anything. Here, we are searching for people that have created profiles because we're searching the profiles here. 6.1 million people. So we expanded the search. And again, you can search for people within 200 miles. So looking for opportunity, 1.5 million people today say they're looking for an opportunity. Recently joined. Look at these numbers. Looking for opportunities, 2.3 million. Now, what makes this so special is you can get to people before they're slammed by other network marketers. All right, I'm going to jump out of this for a second. All right, I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to jump out of my LinkedIn account for a minute. And I just finished up a coaching session with Glenn. Okay. So Glenn gets a message, right, on the 14th. Hi, Glenn, hoping to connect based on our mutual interest in entrepreneurial pursuits. So he writes on Sunday, happy to connect. Thank you. All right. So this is what she sends him. Curious. Do you or someone you know have any interest in a business opportunity that revolves around affordable longevity patches? This innovative non-transdermal phototherapy technology brings optimal health and wellness as it improves the way your body fosters energy, blah, 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 blah. We're growing rapidly in the US, 81 other countries, and are about to launch in South Korea. It is a very unique and special opportunity. Would you like to know more? So this is what we did this morning. Because in looking at her profile, we could see global entrepreneur, the cover, and she's a mutual friend of his. I can tell from your profile cover, your headline, and the fact that we're both mutual friends, Max Steingart, that you're familiar with his material. So I'm surprised at your message to me. I doubt that this approach is working for you. I suggest you revisit some of his material. She was in my April boot camp, or take one of his boot camps. Being direct is working really well for me. You may want to experiment with it. I seem to attract folks who appreciate direct communication. What business are you in? All right. Now, as much as I'd like to write back, being direct is working really well for you, I doubt it. All right. I doubt it. Are we going to react? Are we going to respond any further? No. But I just want you to see that so you understand that there are people like Gretchen that are on LinkedIn and they are just blasting that crap out. And it's a good thing that she didn't list the name of her company, because if she did, and enough people were doing the same thing, believe it or not, a social network can ban a company. You are in a relationship business. So Amelia says she contacted me as well. All right. And so what she's doing, okay, is she's clearly approaching all of my students. All right. Just ignore her. The only reason you want to stay connected to her is so you can be connected to the people that she's connected to. Bill, let me ask you a question. Bill, how
Can you
old?
hear me now?
Yeah, good morning. How old is your computer?
2.5, 3 years old.
Okay, are you using, is it a Mac or a PC?
PC,
Okay, 2 or 3 years old, it should still be good. And which version of Windows are you using? Do you know? 10?
11.
Okay, 11. Okay, let me play around with it a little, and then I'll get you what you need.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be you for sure,
I
because
know. Well, I need to do it, and you know the problem is I started it for you already, and what happens is when I get into it, I mean I'm really getting into it. So I'm diagrams and direct instruction. So I'll have something for you by the next coaching session.
I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Now, okay. So at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. Okay, it's all about conversation. Who are you talking to? So you pop over here every day. Your daily activity should follow close to this sequence. You get up in the morning. So I say, I got somebody new that wants to be connected to me. So you do that first. All right. So I don't know why Dennis is setting up a new account, but I'll accept it. Now, so every day you're going to get people that are going to reach out to you looking to connect. And among them are going to be bogus profiles, which you're going to want to ignore. Now, one of the things that is working incredibly well, and especially for those of you who are already on LinkedIn for any extended length of time, what you can do, go over to your connections and see who you're connected to already. So I've got 10,000 connections, but they're giving me credit here in the search for 9,200. So how many people are you already connected to? That are looking for an opportunity? So we just pop up here. Looking. So I'm already connected to 1,300 people that are looking. And you will absolutely be blown away when you see how many of these people you either haven't talked to at all, or you talk to them and somewhere along the line, communication stopped. Maybe you asked them a question, they didn't answer. All right? So reaching back out to people that you have already talked to or already connected to is going to dramatically increase your activity. And when we're talking about activity, we're talking about conversations that lead to sales. That's what it's all about. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And out of the numbers of people that you're talking to, how many people are you enrolling in your business? So if I go over here, I'm going to bring up Sam. All right, now Sam has been a student of mine for a number of years. He's selling a big ticket item, and he knows exactly who he wants to talk to. So we started working together, and keep in mind that everything has changed. Okay, for those of you that were in boot camp in 2020, 2021, even early in 2022, everything has changed. Everything's changed. There are new elements, there are new features. So in March, we went in and we did a survey of all of the people that he was already connected to. Now he's looking for investors. He's looking for people in real estate. We did a survey of his 4,700 connections. He has 200 investors, 1,200 business owners, 41 bankers, 16 people doing Forex, and 281 financial advisors. So that's a total of 1,738 people out of 47. So he's going back and he's resurrecting conversations with people he'd previously been talking to. All right, and we came up with a posting strategy to affect the people that he's reaching out to. All right. Modified the scripts a little bit for his particular prospects. Whoops. Okay, what were the results? And the posts did more to help. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. Okay, so 2 weeks after we had this session, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. I sponsored 12 people. 12 people in 14 days. And when you're talking to the same types of people, you're going to find that the conversation, the strategies work pretty much the same. I've been busy onboarding the new team, training them. I've been on Zooms for 5 to 6 hours a day. And I mentioned to him, what you have to do when you're enrolling so many people is you have to do group trainings. Don't try to do each one on an individual basis. And then a week later, I got this. Hard to believe. He's always wanted to send me a testimony. Added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks. That's one a day. Went from being stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection. He's signing up 90% of the people that he talks to. 90%. You're learning a dance. So let me pop back over here. So this new LinkedIn feature is going to make it easier for you to connect with people that are just getting started. So they haven't been bombarded. Now, bad news is LinkedIn is now starting to limit the number of connection requests that you can send with a message to 10. But if you're using their paid service, that's a different story. You're not going to be limited. LinkedIn is being flooded with hundreds of thousands of fake profiles, and they're all violating their rules and terms of service. And you got network marketers that don't have a clue as to how this works. So you get profiles that are pretty complete with all kinds of documentation. But LinkedIn's warning everybody, for your safety, we recommend you only connect with people that you know. And then you get ones like this. There's nothing there. Same thing. The number of fake accounts is changing everything. You get 10. After 10, you're shut out from doing it for a month. LinkedIn has added verifications designed to help you prove that you're a real person. But LinkedIn isn't fooling around. Okay, they're not fooling around. All right. So let me remind all of you about celebrations, because celebrations is going to let you reconnect with people. It's a phenomenal feature. Every new connection you make is like a seed planted in your garden. Your daily activity over time, including text, posts, likes, comments, and direct messages, proactively nourishes your relationships with everyone the same way that water and fertilizer will help your garden grow. As you learn more about each prospect, you'll know who you want to continue to talk to and who you don't. So when you only talk about your business with the people that you know need or want what you're selling, you will close more sales and dramatically reduce or eliminate rejection from the entire business building process. You must be patient, resist the urge to tell them what you do in detail until you're confident that they are real prospects. The more you know about your prospect, the higher your closing ratios are going to be. So selecting perfect prospects to talk to about your business is as simple as picking out a ripe tomato for salad that you want to make tonight. Or selecting a green, yellow, blue, or red M&M. You only want to talk to qualified prospects. And the secret to doing that is the contents of their profile, their visible activity, and their answers to your questions. Now, LinkedIn's new searching features are outrageous. And let me pop back over here. And before we jump into conversations, let me take a look to see who's here. Oh, okay. Let me unmute Kimba. Kimba, it's nice to see you. Now I can see that you're.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Max.
Hi, how are you? How have you been?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Super. You seen your director yet?
You know, I don't even know if I was with this. No, I'm still with Melaleuca. No, no.
Okay.
But that is still the goal. That is still the goal. I appreciate your remembering.
Well, for one thing, your settings are off because I can see your followers, which means that, well, it means that, like I said, your settings are off because when other people look at your profile, instead of seeing a connect button, they're going to see a follow button, which is not what you want.
Oh.
Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is, let's come down here. Okay, and there's a couple of other things that you could do. See, your headline here could be a lot stronger and attract more people to you. Give to say health and wellness enthusiast is not going to get you where you want to go. But I'll give you a call later. We can talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Now, let me come down and look at let me unmute John. Hey, good morning, John.
Good morning, Max. How are you?
I am good. I was thinking about the cover here.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love this picture.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great picture. But I think for what you want to accomplish, I mean, this would be a great picture on LinkedIn, on Facebook.
Okay.
But I think on Facebook, especially, working on that script yesterday and giving you some credibility, in a unique credibility. I think you want to go with a more professional picture.
Okay.
Okay. LinkedIn doesn't give you any credit. They're not going to notify people when you make a change. It's a phenomenal picture on Facebook. And, again, there are some definite, I mean, it's not gonna kill you. Okay, in fact, because I kept going back and forth, I'm thinking of how this really would work. So I think
Okay.
you might want to play with it, you know, and put a more professional picture up for maybe a week or so. See if that
Gotcha.
increases everything, then put this back. 'Cause I think it's a great picture. I mean, and it also sends it sends a message.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And but so otherwise, I think everything on the profile is perfect. You need something?
Hi,
Hello, good morning.
I thought I saw you eating.
No, okay, so, all right, so that's, now we made some changes,
Mm-hmm.
so you want to check your, celebrations here, you'll get them over here under notifications. But it's not the same. So so they're telling you here, oh, this is me. So, so it's all about, again, it's all about conversation. It's all about who you're talking to.
Okay.
All right. So,
Right.
yeah, and then we can play around with it, look at it, and work on that thing that we talked about yesterday, so that we can
Gotcha.
kind of finish that. Who it's Robbins.
Ray Robbins?
Ray Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a number for him that is so old. But I'd really, if you wouldn't mind, either talk to him, I'd love to talk to him because, we had some really good things going years ago in the other company. And I know most of the people that I'm looking at, they're not doing anything on specifically on LinkedIn. So I'd like to talk to him, see what I can do to offer him any. He's not going to do it for sure, but there might be other people, that might. So if you wouldn't mind,
Yeah, I'll get in touch with him.
talk to him, and if he's interested in talking to me, then just give me his number all right. So
Okay.
because I'm running into presidentials that I haven't talked to in 15 years. All right, so let's do this. Let's talk about conversation, because that is what this is all about. So first, let's take a look at Catherine. So Catherine is talking to Candace. Now, again, at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. Let me unmute.
Hi, Matt.
Catherine. Okay, so she's a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and she's open to work. So when we see that open to work frame, it could mean she's either looking for a new job or she's looking for clients to work with. So All right, so she's been working at this place for almost 6 years. You always want to look at the entire resume because, well, interesting, she was a personal trainer. And she's been a nurse since 2013. Now, again, I want to emphasize when you send someone the message, the people that write back, hey, I'm happy to connect. These are what we call the eager socializers, but most people don't. It's okay. The most important thing is that they accept the connection. Here with the icebreaker, she doesn't answer, but that's okay. What we're doing here is we're acknowledging the connection. So now, we sent her a motivating image. All right, now. So she was right there. Because normally you put, why do you want to leave your current job? Because she's got the open to work frame around her picture. Now I'm playing around with variations of questions, okay? And right now it's about maybe 60-40, okay? Why do you want to leave your current job? Is because they clearly say that they're working. But let's say she's not working. Let's say she left this job 6 months ago or a year. She hasn't updated the profile. So I'm finding a more direct question. And we'll be changing it. We're going to be giving you 2 options. Another great question would be, why do you have the open to work frame around your picture? Why? Why do you want to leave your job? So she's coming, I have multiple jobs, looking for a holistic approach to medicine. Well, let's go back and take a look. Multiple jobs.
It's all one.
Well, right, because people, listen, she could be a pole dancer at a gentleman's club at night. She could be flipping burgers at a Denny's. They don't put those things on the profile. All they put down here are the things they want to talk about. Okay? So she said, hi, I am looking for a new role and would appreciate your support. All right. So what do you think the question should be? Remember, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What is her other job?
Well, you're right.
I don't know.
Okay. So the way to do this, to break it down, is to take every thought that's here, break it down. I have multiple jobs. What are your other jobs? That would be one question. How many jobs do you have? Would be another question. Why do you have multiple jobs? There's 3 potential questions. Looking for a holistic approach to medicine. Why? Why? she's a psychiatric nurse. Why are you looking for a holistic approach to medicine? We have all those questions. Okay, so, all right, so we just have to pick the one that I have multiple jobs. Now, so what question do you think you'd want to ask her? Now, keep in mind, none of them are wrong. You ask the right question and you open up a floodgate of information. Floodgate. Yes.
Well, I was thinking, why is she looking for a holistic approach to medicine? Because that's what I'm interested in, the holistic.
Okay. Okay. Now, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But if you knew, see, if you ask the question, why do you have multiple jobs? Why do you think she has multiple jobs? Because she's not making money in any one job. So
Right.
she's got to have other jobs to support herself. So you get them talking about that. Okay, so here I'm talking to a nurse that needs to have multiple jobs because she's got expensive tastes. Okay, so what are those other jobs? What are those other jobs? If she could give up one or two of those jobs, if she could replace one or two of those jobs with a little side hustle working with you, she might find that appealing. So okay, so this was in September the 29th. Here we are, October the 20th. So it's about 30, it's almost 3 weeks. So if you haven't been talking to somebody in a while, then what you want to do is you kind of want to rekindle the conversation. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to send her a gift. Okay, and the one I'm looking for is the Dolly Parton quote, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. So we'll send her that first. Then they even well. How? So first, to bring it current, find out what the status of her job search is. When she comes back and answers that, tells you that, and now we're 3 weeks into this thing. She's been looking, she's been searching, she had maybe if she found something and she's looking for something, hey, I'm going on for my second or third interview. Then her eagerness to take a look at what you're doing is going to be diminished because she thinks she's got something in the works. That makes sense?
Yeah, thank you, Max.
All right. So we folks, you don't want to rush. All right, let me pop out of here. Now, one of the things that, let me log out of her account. Let's jump into Debbie's. Now, we have updated a number of scripts. Okay, we've updated a number of scripts. We have new case studies. Okay, that will knock your socks off. All right. So let me, and actually before I do this, we had a script we had a script and it's on page 36. Profile advice to new LinkedIn connections. All right. And this was a strategy that you all could use when you're talking to someone that's new. Okay. Of course, it still worked if you were talking to somebody that's not new, but it's having a little bit of luck. But I'm in the process of modifying this, a different strategy. Because when you reach out to somebody that is brand new to LinkedIn, what you're going to do is you become almost part of the welcoming committee for LinkedIn. Hey, so you're relatively new to LinkedIn. If there's anything, listen, I've been on LinkedIn. My friends call me their LinkedIn guru. If there's any questions you need, or please feel free to reach out to me. And the response people were coming back. I said, you work for LinkedIn? No, I don't work for LinkedIn. And that gives you an opportunity to tell people what you do. No, I don't work for LinkedIn, but I've got an internet business and I do a lot of business on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, it worked so well that people that were using this tactic, when you're talking to the right people, was people were doing triple the business. All right. The other thing is we also have a new script that describes network marketing. So let's pop over here. So all right, so let's come over here and let's go to the messages, and we've got two. We have one with Tammy. Let me unmute Debbie.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, hi. Okay.
So Tammy and I are set for Monday afternoon, but we had started, I need to give her more information, and I told her it would be coming. More about like the company, and we had put something together and I'm not sure it was finished. And
Okay,
it's in the chat between you and I.
right. So what happened here, and this is a perfect, you want to talk about it. This is the way your conversation, this is the way you want your conversations to go. Okay, so we reached out to someone who clearly people leader, employee development coaching, and she worked for weight loss companies. Jenny Craig, marketing director, territory manager for Weight Watchers. So social networks are loaded with people that work for these weight loss companies. Phenomenal prospects. All right, she managed here for Weight Watchers. She managed 190 team members in 15 locations. She performed 130 workshops a week. Imagine what she could do with a company that had a weight loss product. You want to talk about residual income? You want to talk about growth? And she's got credibility with all these people that worked in weight loss. So all right, so we bring up, hey, I mean, this is so textbook. All right, so there are many, so what does she like to do? Work for a number of well-known weight loss companies. So why did you stop working for Jenny Craig? They went bankrupt. All right, so there are many opportunities available to someone with your vast management experience in weight loss, developing people and leading teams. This is your transition line. What experience have you had with the network marketing business model? She said, well, I haven't done anything with network marketing. Okay, so the question is, what experience have you had with companies like Mary Kay, Avon, Amway? Well, I've never done any of those things. It's not my thing. See, here you have a great potential with a prospect. It's not my thing. Well, it's not her thing because she has no clue. Her perception of what it is doesn't fit into her thing. So we came down. I consider that you worked in the weight loss field for so many years. Your answer didn't surprise me. What did you enjoy doing the most about your jobs? What is your thing? Well, I love supporting people in learning, growing, developing, and becoming more skilled. I want to contribute and make a difference with people or animals. Isn't that what network marketers do?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So no wonder LinkedIn suggested that we connect, because we both like doing the same thing. Here it is right here. Now, again, I found over the years that whenever someone tells me that network marketing is not their thing, and this is one of the new case studies that we made available to everybody in boot camp, right? Tells me that network marketing is not their thing, it's because their personal experience in the business or their perception of how the business works has them thinking that they have to chase their family, friends, or acquaintances and sell to them, do presentations in people's homes or advertise for leads. To be honest, if I had to do those things, I wouldn't be able to do the business either. The fact is, it's not the way network marketing works today. Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook, the most successful people in my business loved helping people, train people to become successful, and build teams of entrepreneurial-minded people, which are the things that she likes to do. Now, the beautiful thing about this, okay, is this is a copy, edit, and paste script. So anybody, any introverted person, any shy person could use this to move the conversation along. Okay, you're using my words. You're using my jokes. My words, my jokes become your words, they become your jokes. So the most successful people, would you like to know more about this and how we would work together? Says you nailed it on my perception of network marketing. So do you work for LinkedIn or you just work your own business? And if you think you're getting that question now, wait until you start this other one, that other strategy for people that are brand new. So now what we did, and this is a new script. Okay. So I'm using LinkedIn to build a growing team of successful entrepreneurial-minded people with the experience in sales, weight loss, and team building that you have. All right. We are customizing the project launch script to fit her. Many of the weight loss professionals that I work with that lost their job, this is the transition, have turned to network marketing to launch new careers. Network marketing is enabling them to continue working and training in a field that they are passionate about, build teams remotely without any limits to size or income, and generate a growing stream of residual income. All right. So every month, 10 million people join LinkedIn. So here we go. I usually don't talk about my business with most people, but when I meet someone with your experience that's struggling to find their next job and know in my heart that they would enjoy working with me and vice versa, I bring it up and show them how network marketing really works. Let me explain. Now, this is the new script. You go to the scripts book now, it talks about it as one person. Here, we've amended the script. When you're talking to someone like her, like Tammy. Network marketing is an industry where large companies use word-of-mouth advertising to generate sales and reward their distributors with general commissions for the sale of products or services that are constantly in demand and serve a huge market. That hasn't changed. This has. The top earners, leaders, and trainers in every company earn 6- and 7-figure earners by doing the things that you like to do and help to develop and train large teams of distributors. So everything that follows is all about describing network marketing, training. Once people start buying the products of a company being recommended by you or members of the team that I'm going to help you build, everyone continues. So again, we added that element to the description of network marketing. Would you like to know more about my company and how we would work together? So she writes, let's get to some time to chat so I could learn more. Now, we've taken a person that felt it's not my thing to, let's talk. So we set up, I thought you'd be interested. Now we're using the project launch script. The timing is perfect for us to talk because I'm about to launch a special project called Senior Director 90. Work with 2 people on LinkedIn with your level of experience and help them earn $40K in the next 90 days. And I'll make myself available to fit your schedule. Okay. So now we got the time. Now what we want to do is come back and tell her a little bit more about the company. All right, now we've got that in the chat. We can do that at the mastermind session.
Okay.
All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to give her a little. Now, when I talk, it doesn't matter what company, whether it's Isagenix, whether it's Melaleuca, whether it's Finesse. It doesn't matter what the company is. The description of the company is going to change. The description of activity is going to change. And at the same point in time, we also want to share a little bit of our personal experience to give the whole thing credibility. So that when we talk to her on Monday, she has a clear understanding of what it is. Now, a lot of times I hear from people, they set appointments to talk to a prospect, and for one reason or another, the prospect doesn't show up. And the reason the prospect doesn't show up 90% of the time is because you didn't show them enough of the business. You didn't give them enough meat to make them really excited about it. If somebody, this woman, she's going to show up. Now, all we want to do is give her a little more information of, how it works. Give her the name of the company, because you never know what could come up. She, oh yeah, wait a minute, you're building, you're doing Melaleuca. Oh no, my mother or somebody in my family tried it 10 years ago. Oh no, I wouldn't want to do that. Well, 10 years ago, Melaleuca wasn't an internet company. You want to let the objections come to the surface so that you can deal with them before you get to the phone. And again, this is something that all of you can do. So we're going to be back. For those of you that are coaching students, we have a mastermind session for coaching students at 1. We'll dive into the balance of this conversation. And she's got another one that's equally the same. Now, when you have 3 or 4 conversations every day with people at this level, you're going to end up signing people up in the business left and right. And again, the one thing that I want to emphasize is last week, we heard from somebody who jumped on one of our calls and said, you know what? I connected with somebody back in 2020 who reached out to me this week and wanted to know, are you still doing that health and wellness thing? Because I'm interested. I want to sign up in the business. 3 years later, you're all heading down the same road. So I will be back. And again, if you haven't registered for the November boot camp, remember, as soon as you register, and because we're 2 weeks away, as soon as you register for the November boot camp, you'll have access to all the recorded sessions for the October boot camp, so you can jump in and get started right away. All right, I will be back at 1 o'clock. Otherwise, we'll catch up with you. Sunday night, I am doing a whole new broadcast about LinkedIn's new feature. So show up, bring your team members. Until next time, best of luck and build your business. God bless.